Imagine a love so deep, so real, that it doesn't need promises, declarations, or vows to validate it. Picture a relationship where both people understand each other without the need for constant reassurances, where love speaks louder through actions than words ever could. We live in a world where we are constantly told that love is about promises, about making vows of forever, about pledging our hearts in ways that seem to hold love together. But what if true love isn't about promises at all? What if it's about something deeper, something more profound? True love doesn't need to be constantly reaffirmed or bound by future guarantees. It is built on trust, understanding, and a commitment that is shown in everyday moments. It's the kind of love that doesn't rely on what we say, but on what we do. It's the kind of love that is so secure, so genuine, that it doesn't require promises to endure. It simply is. So I ask you, what if we started looking at love through a different lens? A lens where true love is defined not by what we promise to do, but by what we already do each day. True love is often portrayed as something that requires promises, declarations, and grand gestures to confirm its authenticity. But the reality is, true love doesn't rely on promises. It is built on the understanding that actions speak louder than words. When love is genuine, it doesn't need to be validated through constant reassurances or commitments for the future. Instead, love reveals itself through the consistency of actions, the way two people show up for each other, and the trust they build in each other's presence. Promises are easy to make and even easier to break. Words can be fleeting, but true love is founded in the unspoken, the everyday moments that convey care and devotion. When we look at relationships that truly endure, we often see that they aren't dependent on frequent promises about the future. Instead, they thrive on the assurance that regardless of what life throws their way, both people will be there for each other. This is why true love doesn't need promises. It thrives on authenticity, on showing up and doing the work without the need for future guarantee. When we trust each other deeply, promises of loyalty or forever aren't necessary, because we know, without needing to say it, that the love we share is unconditional. In many ways, promises can often be seen as a sign of insecurity in a relationship. When you feel the need to constantly reassure someone of your commitment, it may indicate an underlying fear or doubt that the love will not endure on its own. True love, however, does not thrive on such fear. Instead, it grows in an environment where both individuals feel secure in each other's actions, knowing that their connection is built on genuine care, respect, and mutual support. Trust, rather than promises, is the foundation on which true love stands. There's no need for constant reaffirmation because the actions of each person already speak volumes. Moreover, true love doesn't require promises because it exists in the present moment. So often, we look ahead to the future and promise to love someone forever, but in doing so, we can miss the beauty and the depth of what we have right now. Love isn't something to be saved for the future. It's something to be lived in every moment, in every interaction, in every little gesture of kindness and understanding. The idea that true love needs promises places an undue focus on the future rather than on the present moment, where love is meant to be experienced. When we love truly, we don't need to guarantee what will happen tomorrow, because the love we share today is more than enough. It's a love that is alive, real, and vibrant in the here and now. The essence of true love is a commitment that exists without the need for words. It's about showing up when it matters most, even when there's no promise of a reward or a future guarantee. It's about being there for someone without needing to remind them of your loyalty, because your actions, your care, and your support are the greatest promises you can make. True love doesn't require promises because it's already proven itself through the strength of the bond and the trust that has been built between two people. In true love, trust and understanding form the bedrock of a deep, unbreakable connection. These two qualities make promises unnecessary because they create a secure foundation on which love can flourish. Trust allows partners to feel safe with each other, knowing that their intentions are pure and their actions are aligned with their words. Understanding, on the other hand, cultivates a sense of empathy and insight into one another's needs, fears, and desires. Together, trust and understanding weave a bond that doesn't require constant reassurances or reminders of commitment because both individuals inherently know they can rely on each other. Trust in a relationship is the quiet certainty that you are both in this together. It's the unspoken belief that the other person will be there when it counts, not because they've promised to be, but because their actions over time have demonstrated their loyalty and care. When trust is present, the need for promises diminishes because both people understand the power of consistent actions. The simple truth is that when someone shows you through their actions that they care and are dependable, promises become unnecessary. You don't need a formal declaration of love or fidelity because trust is woven into every interaction and moment spent together. Each act of kindness, each gesture of understanding builds a deeper trust that transcends any words that could be spoken. Understanding plays a crucial role in this dynamic as well. True love isn't about always agreeing or being in sync on every detail, but about recognizing and respecting each other's differences, flaws, and perspectives. It's the ability to step into the other person's shoes, to see the world from their point of view, and to respond to their needs with empathy. Understanding helps to avoid misunderstandings and conflicts because both individuals are attuned to each other's emotional states and reactions. This level of emotional intelligence ensures that both people feel heard, valued, and appreciated, which naturally builds a secure and trusting relationship. When trust and understanding are present, love becomes a powerful force that needs no external validation. There is no fear that one person will leave or betray the other because each individual knows that their partner is deeply committed, not out of obligation, but because their love is real and consistent. With these two elements, the need for promises fades away because both people understand that love is about showing up for each other time and time again, without the need to reaffirm it through words. In fact, when trust and understanding are established, promises may feel redundant as the connection between partners becomes so strong that there's an unspoken agreement that each will support and care for the other. Ultimately, true love flourishes in an environment where both trust and understanding exist. These qualities create a safe space where each person can be vulnerable, knowing that they will be met with empathy and respect. They also allow love to evolve naturally without the need for constant assurances or promises, because both individuals recognize that their bond is built on something much deeper: a shared sense of security, emotional connection, and mutual respect. True love is often misunderstood as something that requires constant promises of forever or vows to never part. However, the most enduring relationships are not based on such promises, but on an unconditional commitment that is shown through everyday actions and moments of care. In a relationship where love is genuine, the commitment to each other doesn't need to be explicitly stated with words or promises of what the future holds. Instead, the love the two people share is nurtured and demonstrated through their ability to be there for each other, especially in times of difficulty and uncertainty. This unconditional commitment doesn't rely on the need for promises because the foundation of the relationship is built on the trust that both people will always show up for one another no matter the circumstances. When love is unconditional, it goes beyond the need for formal promises. It means that two people are choosing to love and care for each other, even when it is not easy or convenient. This kind of commitment is not based on the expectation of receiving something in return, but is about giving without reservation. It's about showing up during the hard times, offering support, and maintaining the bond even when life challenges test it. Such commitment doesn't need a promise because it's already proven itself through consistent actions that reinforce the reliability and devotion between the partners. It's understood that no matter what happens, they will be there for each other. And that commitment comes through in their everyday actions, not in the words they speak. Unconditional commitment doesn't ask for guarantees about the future. Instead, it focuses on the present. It's the ability to show love and care now, in this moment, without worrying about what may happen later. In many ways, making promises about the future can take away from the richness of the relationship in the present. True love is lived out in real time. It's not about planning for an idealized future or promising to love each other forever. It's about making the most of the here and now. It's in the small, everyday acts of kindness, support, and consideration that the love between two people deepens. The certainty of each other's commitment is evident in the way they interact and support one another today, not in the promises they make for tomorrow. Furthermore, the power of unconditional commitment is seen in its ability to weather the storms of life without falling apart. Love that requires promises often crumbles when those promises are tested. But when love is rooted in unconditional commitment, there's no need to worry about breaking or failing to meet promises. This love is secure enough to handle difficult times because it's built on mutual respect, emotional strength, and the unwavering understanding that both individuals are dedicated to making the relationship work, no matter what challenges arise. The commitment is not tied to an outcome or a specific expectation. It's simply a shared desire to support and care for each other, come what may. In this way, true love is not a contract based on promises, but an ongoing commitment that is constantly demonstrated through actions and mutual respect. It doesn't require words of affirmation or promises of forever, because the love itself is enough to ensure that both partners will continue to stand by each other no matter what happens. True love thrives in the present moment, not in the anticipation of what might come. Too often, people get caught up in promises of the future, hoping that love will endure because of words spoken today. However, love's true strength is found in its ability to live fully in the now without the burden of future expectations. In the present, love is tangible, visible, and lived out through everyday actions. It's in the way a partner listens when you speak, the way they comfort you in times of distress, and the small, thoughtful gestures that show care without needing to be asked. By focusing on the present, love becomes more authentic and grounded. When we spend too much time thinking about the future, we may miss the opportunities to connect deeply in the here and now. True love doesn't need to be validated by future promises because it's already being experienced in the moment. Love isn't about what will happen tomorrow, but about how both partners choose to show up for each other today. This focus on the present fosters a deeper connection as both individuals are able to fully engage in the relationship without worrying about what might or might not happen. Living in the present allows partners to enjoy and appreciate each other in a more profound way. Rather than waiting for some future milestone or promise to be fulfilled, they understand that the love they share right now is enough. True love is experienced most fully in the moment, and when it is lived that way, there's no need for promises about forever. The love shared in the present is its own promise, consistent, real, and enduring without needing to forecast the future. True love is not a transaction, nor is it about expecting something in return. When love is genuine, it's driven by selflessness, where both partners give to each other without keeping score or attaching conditions. In relationships built on this kind of love, the focus isn't on what one person can gain, but on how both can enrich each other's lives. There is no expectation that every action or gesture will be reciprocated immediately or in the exact same way. The act of giving is its own reward, and the beauty of love is found in this mutual selflessness. When love is selfless, promises become unnecessary because the motivation for giving is pure and unconditional. Each person acts out of genuine care, not out of a desire for something in return. This creates a deep sense of fulfillment within the relationship, as both people can be fully present and invested in each other's well-being without the burden of expectation. In this way, love becomes more of a shared experience where both partners give freely, and the love they share becomes an unspoken agreement of care and support. Selfless love also leads to deeper understanding and connection. When both partners are willing to put each other's needs before their own, the relationship becomes more balanced and secure. There's no need for constant promises because the love is already demonstrated in everyday actions. In a relationship where selflessness prevails, love is freely given and fully received, allowing both individuals to experience its depth without the need for reassurances or guarantees. True love isn't about what you can take, but about what you can give, and that is where its true power lies. True love is not built on promises or grand declarations, but on actions, trust, understanding, unconditional commitment, living in the present and selflessness.